What's up, you guys? We're turning the volume up because, like, you can't hear me enough, right? Good morning, you guys. Angela Marie at FC here.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm awake. I am, and you know she's on my she's on my big ear too, so that's the one I hear the best out of. So who we got on here? We got three. We're counting up. We got three people. I feel special. Good morning to, I can't see whoever it is. I haven't got on. So good morning to you guys. I'm FC with New Life Inc.
I'm Angela Marie with FindYourPurposeAndShine.com.
And together we are
the Angela Marie and FC Morning Show.
All right. So who do we got? Oh, we got Ellen. Hey, good to see you.
Ellen?
You're actually on time this morning. Who else is on here?
What's up, Ken?
Ken, so glad to have you this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Who else we've got? We've got four. I'm only seeing. Come on, guys, let's check in. Make sure you say good morning to us. Give us some likes, give us some hearts, let us know you're there. Bruce!
What's up, Bruce?
What's up, Bruce? Good to see you. All right, I'm going to do my phone thing. I'll let Angela start. You know, I got to start our watch party, right?
Yep, absolutely. So can you guys believe it? It's Wednesday. I just got muffled on my words.
I just got death in this ear.
So if you guys see a chair, wait, it's opposite again on the other side. Oh, John, turn that down.
I did. Oh, you're talking about, were you talking about me or the phone or you?
The phone.
Oh, I thought you were admitting she knows she's loud. She's like, I got to turn that down.
So it's Wednesday already, you guys. Yeah. So you guys, welcome. So excited you're here. Ellen, we got Bruce, we got Ken, and of course we can't see on the other side. We have 7 viewers right now, and I can't see everyone. And YouTube, we are streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook, and we can't see YouTube right now. Let's see if FC drops his phone like he usually does. Oh, nope. He got it.
I managed it. All right, we're good. All right, we're good.
We're good?
Yep, watch party on my side.
Okay.
So our title was very long. Guys, listen, did you see the title that Angela put on there? Okay, so this is not what we discussed, all right? And, I'm not even going to share it to you once I said something to her, how irritable she was that day, and just snapped at me. I was like, hey, just leave it as it is then. Whatever makes you happy. But somebody with me, it was long. Do you see? It was like a paragraph. That's not a title. That was a paragraph. But anyway, so what are we talking about today, Angela? I think this is like our part 3 of relationships, right? But
yeah. But
this is a positive thing. This one's a positive part 3 of relationships. It's not about toxic people. This is actually about how men and women's brains actually work. And mostly women's brains because, men, sometimes we just don't have any.
This is a true story. How many of you guys can relate?
So we're going to talk about like the different boxes. So men have like different boxes. Angela shared with me this video, and it was actually describing about the differences. And I'm going to tell you what. So for a week, I've been kind of testing it. And one of our guests is going to come on our show today. He was one of my test pilots. And so when he gets on here, we're going to explain to you how everything works. And that each men have different boxes. They got a box for what?
You got a box for the car. You got a box for your job. You got a box for the wife. You got a box for the kids.
And your mother-in-law somewhere in the basement. But it's there. But our most favorite box is our nothing box. We've got this nothing box. And this guy says that it's very important that our boxes do not touch in our brains, right? And then you got women. Yeah, I got to pause for that because we all know. So women's brains are like
a ball of wire.
A ball of wire. Information highway. Like their brains, they're constantly thinking. They're like literally 1,000 things go through their minds. And he said it best. Each one of those thoughts are connected to emotion. Yeah. That's what I say.
We're emotional creatures.
That is an understatement. no.
I didn't know we were in Delaware.
I was in my nothing.
Oh no.
We're obviously we're not right. He's so you can hear and how bad the light is. I actually see some people in a room. What happened over there?
I don't know. Yours did it too.
Did it go out again?
No, it went to the very beginning of our show, so it's basically on replay right now. Oh, hey, we're back. How's it, guys? How's the connection now? We are back. I froze up right here. Look, you're blinking. We're good. They see me.
Okay. All right. Let us know if you can see us.
They can. I can see us.
I can see us too. So I just want to make sure that they can hear us.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. So we're back. And so if you're just joining us, I'm FC.
I'm Angela Marie.
And we are the FC in morning, or bleh, bleh,
Together
bleh.
we are the Angela Marie and FC
See, this is
morning
why
show.
I let her do that. All right. So what were we talking about? We were talking about men and women's brains and how they work.
Yep.
How complicated and emotional creatures women are, right? And then how dumb sometimes men can be. Because we're in our nothing box.
Good thing you weren't in your nothing box right there.
Yeah.
You're trying to fix that.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. Bruce says we're good.
All right, cool.
Randy says, now we see you. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So start us off, Angela.
Your head's cut off in the camera. Can you come down?
No. No. What I can do
can't
is
go
that.
back, can you?
Well, no, that's cool because then my hair's like I got a cowlick going on there.
We look like we're slanted.
Take a V8. Straighten you out.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So relationships, men and women are so different, you guys. How many of you guys know this? The way that we think, the way that we communicate, and the way that we talk even, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It threw me off, that whole internet thing.
You gotta
Just work with it.
You see what I'm saying? This is what we're talking about. So look, this is a prime example of how men can just move on real easy because we're not emotional creatures. She's over here thinking about, oh my God, how silly you look. That's how women's brains work, right? And I'm just sitting here, come on, Angela, what are you doing? Let's go with the flow. We're up. We're alive now. Come on.
So before I showed you that video, what were you thinking? Like, what were your thoughts? Did like light bulbs go on in your head?
Well, you guys know, I talked about last week, I wrote a book and it was called Men Are Dummies. All Men Are Dummies. And it's really about my experience and how if I had listened to the women that were in my life, that God put in my life, that I probably wouldn't experience half the pain that I did, because women have intuition. So I believe that all women, and look, I'm going to lose some of the guys on this because they haven't got it yet. I just got it at a very young age, right? So I believe that all women are right 95% of the time, except the exception is that their mind, their heart, they have to be in the right place with you. Okay. So, and most of the time when they tell us not to, and they give us their advice, it is because of their intuition that they got. And me as a man, I just ignored it. And guess what I did? I bumped my head. I felt pain. And I sat back and I thought, well, if I would have listened to her when she told me not to do that, or I should do it, and I just didn't listen. And most of the time, that's what we don't do with women. We do not listen. Some of you may be older and old-fashioned and set in your ways, and were taught completely different. Me, myself, I didn't. I was raised by my mother, so I know more about. I think I know more about women than most men, I guess, is what because I just learned. I watched my sister. I watched my mother, and we haven't lost anybody yet. By the way, I'm just like we're good.
We're moving up.
Yep, the counts keep going up, so we're good. But that's just it. But we don't listen to women, and we should trust them. We got to remember why they were put on this earth with us, and it wasn't to
keep them in line.
She said it, I didn't, guys. Like, but that's our mentality. It really is. Like, and think about, like, at the beginning of meeting a female, because I've always said that anytime a man is around a woman, his brain cuts off. Anyway, sorry.
This is our show.
That was a telemarketing call too, by the way. It was one of those spoof numbers trying to mimic my number. Oh, that number looks familiar. Let me answer that. But anyways, what was I saying?
When a man meets a woman for the first time, and then
oh yeah, when they're around, we just don't think we're with our brains. Okay, we think with other parts. Right? So this is true story, like true story. We really do. But like when we first start off in a relationship or we're meeting somebody, we don't show our true what we are. And men, man, are we dumb. We do all of these things to impress a woman, and then we finally get that woman that and then we stop doing those things. And for some odd reason at this point, because you might be attentive at the very beginning. So you got to remember that women have memory like no other. If you do something, they never live it down. And Dave, if you're watching that, you better remember and listen to this, because women will oh
no.
So I'm going to share a story with you guys.
Don't say
later.
his last name; he'll kill you.
I'm not. I'm just telling you. Like, all men or all women, they have this memory that you'll never live anything down. In fact, they store it because they're going to use it against you later. Facts. Facts. So.
And then you guys tend to forget.
Oh,
like it just goes away.
I'm scared when I get older that I am just going to be senile, because my mind works fast too, and I'm constantly thinking. So and now I'm realizing maybe I'm really not thinking. Maybe I'm in my empty box, because I lose my keys, I lose my glasses. I'm just like, where's my glasses? Oh, they're on my face.
How many times have you lost your keys in the last week and a half?
I can't tell you. I bet you could.
5 times.
See, told you. She knew the number. But women memorize everything, and it's because they're going to use it against you later. All right, so let's get into this box, the nothing box. So I'm going to give you one of our guests. So once I watched this, it was hilarious. So I've been testing on people all week long. And one of the guests that we're going to have on this, phenomenal guy. That's all I can just tell you. But So he's sitting there, Angela, like in the living room, in his living room, and he's standing there, and he's just flipping through the channels, but we're just sitting there going, how many times have you ladies sat and watched your husband, a man, and do this? And this
what
is
are you watching?
Huh? So I yell out his name, and that's exactly what he does. He goes, huh? And I was like, oh, you must be in your nothing box. I get it. So, and I told him that I would explain to him about his nothing box, but I do it too. You know, even on the show, you guys have watched me, and I'm sitting here on the phone, and Angela's talking to me, and I can't hear her. Like men have selective hearing, but I also think that Angela has selective hearing too. So, see, I forgot what I was going to say. All right, help me out, Angela. See how I go to Angela? Help me, please.
So when I'm talking to you, like you're on your phone, and I'm like, hey, did you hear? Hello? Like I want to go like this.
But listen, most men are not going to admit that they're not listening. I at least say, wait a second, I didn't hear a word you said. Can you tell me what you said? Most men are not going to do that. Women like to they like you to listen to what they're saying. They're not, just like that guy said, you're thinking that, especially if you care about this person when they have a problem, that they want you to fix them. Well, guys, they don't. You're just supposed to listen. Just nod and say, yes, I understand. That's it. But we offer up the whole thing because what works for us is just not to talk about it. How many times have you said something to your wife or your significant other is talking to you, and you say, I really just don't know what to do. And then the man's response is, well, let's just not talk about it.
You do that all the time. Why are we talking about it?
Well,
we don't have to talk about it.
It's not because I think that when you're speaking it into existence, and I don't allow that stuff to strain my brain. So, and then I watch that video, and I'm thinking, man, is that really why? I have to question whether my motive of why I just don't want to talk about it. But the truth, I don't want the negativity in my life at all. I just don't want to talk about it.
So women need to vent. They need to get it out.
Yeah.
Right? We're not looking for somebody to fix it for us. And you men, you like to fix things, right? Whether it would be like fixing a car or fixing a sink or fixing whatever around the house, right?
I don't like really.
So you want to fix women, right? Like, I just want to fix it, because then you start to feel bad.
Yeah, because you don't want to see that person hurting or stressed out and all that. I say, listen, if you don't have to be stressed. Now, when I get stressed out, then that's when you have to worry. Until then, no worries. We're good. So I don't know, Angela. I know that the favorite thing that a woman says, and you're sitting there because, well, the one thing is no woman likes to see a man doing absolutely nothing. And I think that when the guy said it best, he says, this is why, because we go into our nothing box, and this is why that men can go hours on end doing something mindless like fishing.
As you and my stepdad were talking about.
But listen, I don't agree with that, because that is not a thoughtless process. It's not easy. That's not easy. Look, I haven't been, like, I've never, my brother, my grandfather, awesome fisherman, but I've always had those chintzy reels that you have to press the button and it's real easy. And you cast it out. I'm great at those. So Tom is trying to, and I want to learn how to fish, and I definitely want to learn how to fish in the ocean, where you got bigger fish in Indianapolis. We're fishing for catfish and bass and bluegill and crappie. These are all small fish. Tom's out fishing for the big fish, the big tuna. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to do. They're catching sharks.
They got a big ocean.
I know. We got little ponds, but it's not a mindless thing. Okay, I totally disagree with that. There is a skill to it, and that's why it's a competitive sport. It's not a mindless thing.
But I guarantee you that if you went fishing, that would be the only thing that you could focus on.
Well, that's what you're supposed to focus on. Is the fishing? That's how you're successful. You get the fish. Actually, what I'm thinking is I can't wait to catch something big so I can eat it. You know, fresh out of the water. You know, flay it, flip it on the ground. You know, my pop used to tell me, and he was like, "Yeah, we'd be out there fishing, come fresh out of the water, they flay it, and he was just flipping it back." I don't know if that's really true, like landing on the grill or something. Hey, that's what he made it sound like. You know, and drinking a nice ice cold beverage of your choice. We know what that is, right? Yep.
It's beer for men.
Yeah, we don't. I said I didn't say the word beer for a reason.
Why?
I don't know. I do know, but I'm just not going to say it right now. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
All right.
He's in a different box.
So listen, the reason why we wanted to bring our guests on today is just because they have been together since 1993.
That's when they got married.
That's when they got married, right? Oh, so they've been together longer than that, but they got married in 1993, and that's just a long time. So they have experienced more than ever as far as relationships. So we thought we'd bring them on and ask them a couple questions and how they've made it so long. So we're going to bring them on. It's Angela's parents, and it's Diane. She's one of our biggest fans, right? And then it's Tom. So I've got an opportunity to spend.
This is his first morning show, by the way, that he's watching. My mom watches.
It is, and that's just because he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's out getting the bacon, bringing home the bread, right?
There's still a replay.
The last thing you want to do when you get home and you're dealing with people all day long is sit and watch us.
You should see the look we're getting right now, guys. It's hysterical.
But the thing about it is the only thing that's new to him is me. He's been watching and listening to you for a long time. Poor guy.
He's over there. No, you should come over here. All right.
So we're gonna bring Tom and Diane on. Everybody say hello. Make sure you give them lots of loves. We want to see the hearts flying, thumbs up. Tom is gonna come to the left of me, and there's Diane.
Are we squeezing in?
Oh, you see, there he is. Hold on.
Okay.
Everybody say
Hi, everybody.
What's up?
hey, and there's Diane.
Oh,
All right.
This way.
All right.
Here,
so
what if we do this? Move it back.
We gotta move it back.
Move it back.
All
You don't have
right.
to move it back. You don't need to show me.
What do you mean we don't need this? Oh, hold on. We're gonna move this.
My wife's better looking than me.
See, he's a smart guy. You hear that? That's smart. He knows that his wife is better looking than him, and I'm totally gonna have to agree with you.
Well, let me put it this way. The ugliest thing I've seen today is you. And that's out of the box.
That is out of the box. So, Tom, I got a chance to hear your guys' story and how you guys met. And I think it's phenomenal. We're not going to get into it because it's long, right? Tom will give us the short version, and women give us the very long and descriptive and painful version. Would you agree? They just go on and on and on and on, and it's like it's in detail. So, Tom, 1993 is when you got married to Diane.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
When I got married to her?
Yeah. Why
did I marry her?
Yeah. Why did you marry her?
Well, I fell in love with her, and that's what we kind of all do. But it was kind of like I met a person that kind of really cared and wanted to share her thoughts and her things with me, as well as I wanted to do that when I met her. You got to find the person that's kind of right for you. If you got somebody, I've been married before and divorced. I was married for 27 years before I met Diane, and I was going through a bad divorce when I met her. You got to find that right person for you. You have to. You just got to kind of feel it out. I mean, nowadays it's just a lot of people. Well, he's good looking, and oh, she's great, and she's got a nice body, and he's got a great body, and next thing you know, you want to be married. And yeah.
She's got 2 incomes now.
Yeah. And that works for a while, a couple months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, and then somebody else rolls into the picture. Well, you just gotta make sure it's the right person, and that's what I was looking for. I really didn't want to be really honest. I wasn't looking to get married the second time, but she was just a phenomenal person. She cared. She wanted to take half of everything and help do what had to be done. And we do a lot of communications. And don't get me wrong, we do have a lot of disagreements, but we work them out. We talk about it and we figure out what's the best way to go with things. And
Compromise, right?
Yeah.
Gotta learn how to compromise.
And that's what keeps us together. And a lot of times we'll make a stupid mistake, but we all make those stupid mistakes, and that's how we learn in life. The other thing is you also want to make sure that you know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's key.
You want to find you when you find that soulmate that you want to spend the time with, and be honest. Don't put that false, oh, look at me, I'm wonderful, I'm great, and then a year later I'm not like I was. It's that just let them know who you are from the beginning. Be truthful. Just put it out there on the table. Either they're going to like it or they're not going to like it, and you'll know, and you can move on if that's what it takes.
There's just certain things that you don't do when you first meet someone.
Yeah, don't take your shirt off.
Yeah, don't
the
take
proven
it
fact to guys, the first thing that they do is they meet the girl and look at this body and all comes to shirt. Well, that's the worst thing that you really can do.
You know what I liked what you said, Tom, and what I've noticed is hanging around you guys is that you're always interested in what Diane's doing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I'm there to help. And it's like they were talking about earlier. Yeah, I want to fix everything, but I can't fix everything. I can try to fix it, and I'm still learning different things with Diane.
After all these years, I can't even do the math in my head, and he says he's still learning. We never stop learning. No. We never do. So that's what I think is the most is that what he's talking about is the group, and what I notice is that once you got that really attractive girl, and you're like, man, I can be with her like forever because she's absolutely beautiful, and but then we get her, and then all of a sudden we become mindless, right? We start ignoring her. Do you guys hear that? Well, you used to listen to me. Now you don't listen to me. You just want to watch your stupid TV, or you want to go golfing all the time. These are facts. But Tom is a perfect example. It's like watching a movie, that it doesn't really exist in real life, that he is truly interested in what Diane is thinking and how she feels and truly helping her. Like he's just a great guy.
Yeah. I mean,
if I was that, I'd marry you too, Tom.
Oh gosh.
You're not my type.
Well, you're not my type. I mean, I was going to say, if you were better looking and,
I'm going to the
box. He's like, I'm going to the box. He's running to the box. All right.
So perfect example, though. So we were at the beach 2 days ago when this happened. Yes.
Right.
And you guys were talking about going up to the pier, you and Tom.
Yes.
And Mom was worried about the dogs because they're her babies. By the way, they replaced my sister and I.
For sure.
Sorry.
Yeah.
True story.
So
My
Yeah.
fur babies.
Kids went to the dogs.
yeah, but so they're raised, they're good. I need more babies. They're fur babies. But anyway, so she had to get back to the dogs, and perfect example is Tom was like, well, yeah, why don't we go back? Like he wanted to make my mom happy, right? Regardless of whatever it was, that made him feel better. It made him feel good, and that to me is a man who listens to their wives.
No, I didn't listen to her. I heard what she said.
No, he knew how I felt about coming home to the dogs and how important it was to me that we get home to our stressed out chocolate lab who high anxiety. So instead of going to the pier, which then he felt torn. Then all the way home he's going, yeah, I feel really bad because I didn't go to the pier with FC.
But I went up there. When I went up there, because he had told me it was going to be $1 to get up there, and I'd almost ran out of cash. Right? Ran out of cash. So, but I had $1 in my pocket. He told me it was $1. It ended up being 50 cents. I was expecting to spend $1. There was a guy behind me. I was like, hey, I'll just pay for this guy too. So I got up there, but it was a really cool experience. I got to FaceTime my mom because she'd never seen the pier, and beautiful beach. Awesome. I met a lot of awesome people. What I have, like, I see, look.
He's touching his face.
I'm touching my face.
He goes,
it was itching. I need to shave. Can you tell?
yeah, right here.
Yeah. All right. But it was cool, Tom. I still got out of what I wanted, and I got to go up to the pier, and it's a good view up there, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love it up there.
FaceTime with your mama.
Yeah.
That was even more special.
It was.
Yeah.
She didn't like she called me a couple names because I didn't invite her, but you know.
No.
Good. I love you, Mom, if you're watching. I doubt it. You're probably asleep.
Yeah.
It's
So-
too early.
Let's go here. So, Mom, what is
Okay.
your version of when you guys first met?
When we
The
first
women's
met,
version, we got Tom's version.
of when we got married or when we first met?
What did you explain when you got married, right?
Married.
Yeah, well then let's
That's
go
what
there.
he asked when I got married. When we
Well,
got
how did
married, when we actually really got married, the night before we got married, it started raining and then it started snowing. And when we woke up, we had about 8 to 10 inches of snow on the ground, and we were getting married.
So how
Wow.
did I feel when we got married?
See, women
Like-
go straight to that. How did I feel?
My brother's talking. So just to let you know, we can't see your comments because it's the phone. Angela's phone is on the bottom, and then all of us don't have that great of vision, bro.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah.
talk to you. This is my brother talking, Farouk. You mean my mother? Oh, yeah. Is that? Yeah, that's him. So, what's up? Good morning, Farouk. But go ahead.
I felt like it was a fairy tale. That's how it felt for me. I never had any, like when we had met and when we were first together, when I had gotten really sick, he actually moved in and helped me take care of the girls and cleaned and cooked and baked and scrubbed floors. And my grandmother actually says, do you think Tom has a brother? So he bought her, what did you buy her, a Ken doll?
Yeah.
He did, he bought her a Ken doll for Christmas. So for me, it was a fairy tale because I never had that kind of relationship for somebody who actually listened and I felt like really tuned into what my needs were and helped me and cared about me. It wasn't just a woman's job to scrub the floors and do the laundry and cook and clean. He actually did. And we actually cooked together and baked together. And
So you work together as a team.
As
We-
a team.
we did. And it was funny because I used to do a lot of baking. And and baking Christmas cookies, and it was around that time.
Mhm.
And Angie can attest to that, like mega cookies.
Yeah,
So
true story.
yeah,
I mean, like containers, you guys, of cookies
big,
Like-
long, yeah.
and stacks, like it filled a room.
Yeah.
It sounds like you should start a bakery.
Well,
I always said that you.
I bake different now, but back then, what I would do is, it was kind of like they called it the cookie ministry, right?
Yeah.
Because we would not just bake for us, we would hand them out. We would get containers and hand them out to,
Everybody.
oh gosh, everyone, you know, and it didn't even matter if we knew them, people at the church. And there was a place called, it was a sandwich shop up the street in Moton there, remember? And we used to take,
It was
Maniacis.
Maniacis. Yeah. Now it's
and
Moton
they
Navy Yard.
became like, we loved them. And so we would take them like lots and lots of cookies because they always had big family gatherings.
Right.
So they said, well, this is your cookie ministry. But my point is, we did it as a team, and we screwed up a lot. The one night we were so tired, we were making cookies, and we forgot we were making snickerdoodles.
I love that was my favorite. That was my first cookie I ever made on my own.
Well, we forgot that
snickerdoodles.
we were so tired, and it was during when I was sick, and so we forgot the cream of tartar and we forgot the sugar. Do you know how bad they turned out?
Oh.
We had to throw the whole thing away. But we laughed about it. We had a flour battle, made a mess in the kitchen, and can't believe to this day that we did that because I'm such a neat freak.
I was gonna say, Mom, like you're like OCD,
We did though. We had a flour battle, but we worked as a team.
and you cleaned it up.
And
As a
yes, we did. You know, but
Who started the flower battle?
I don't know. I don't remember anymore. It was probably both of us. But my point is, we did it all together, and like, you know, when we get company, if he's here, if he's not working mega hours, like he would help me clean. He helped do laundry. He helps wherever he can help, and that's the key. You know, we're not always on the same page. You know.
So let's talk about this.
Wait, so Tom-
Wait. Huh?
He said communication.
Communication is key, but what I want to talk about, Tom, is what the irritating moments.
He
Have you had
goes fishing.
Have I had the
irritating moments?
With
Have you
Diane?
had? Yes, with you.
Yes, yes.
Give me one example.
Oh my God.
I'm getting you in trouble. You're gonna hear about it later.
No, but I can
No.
tell you probably why he gets irritated.
Did you hear that? She stopped him. She's like, "Wait a second, I can tell you. Hold on, I got you." This is what we're talking about.
He probably won't think, I mean, he'll know when I say it because if it's when I don't talk, like I won't tell him.
Oh yeah.
Like
That just irks
it's
the
something.
living hell out of
Yes.
me.
That's not normal. I'm just saying. That's just
Yeah,
not
but
No,
but
but
so
like if something's really like,
There's times I'll be coming home from work and I'll call her and let her know I'm on my way home. And I can hear in her voice that she's stressed out, there's something wrong. And all I need, just tell me. Just get it off your chest. You have to get it out. Just tell me what the problem. I probably can't fix it, but get it out and get it off your chest. Just let me know. No, there's nothing wrong.
That's usually a man's answer. Like a woman
Well,
wants to know
because-
what's wrong with you, and you don't respond. You're like, nothing.
because I know that he can't fix this issue, what it is.
right.
And a lot of, lately it's everything that's going on
right.
and being closed in all the time. So my whole thing is, why keep complaining about it? Because there's nothing he's going to do about it. Yeah, he can listen, but it's the same stuff every day. So
But the whole thing
right,
is just to listen helps you.
oh, I know that.
Because
I know that.
you get relieved, you get it out, and you'll feel better.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys haven't figured it out, the key to being able, because women absolutely love for you to just listen. They don't want your opinion. They really don't want you to fix things because most of the time they're fixing things for us. So if you haven't got it yet, the key to a healthy relationship is not the tax breaks that you actually get by being marital. It is not the extra income, which, by the way, when you have that extra income, your instant thoughts are, oh, we can buy this, we can buy that. And then guess what? That extra income is no longer extra. You're actually arguing and fighting about your finances, which is the #1 cause of divorce.
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
And it's usually because the one is more responsible with finances than the other. and you're arguing about it. You know, now the first instinct for a man is it's usually the woman, they like to shop too much and they're shopping, but it's not. I mean, I've done credit repair before, and I've talked to both sides of the story. And I've actually, you would not believe this, I have actually talked to married couples that were separately in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars on credit cards, and hadn't told their wife their husband.
Can I intervene there for a second? What really I have a hard time with is I find somebody I really love, I marry this person, and we're going to live together. And I find this so often right now with the couples that are getting married. Well, she has these bills to pay, and I have these bills to pay. What the hell happened to putting your money together and paying bills? I don't know what's happening to this world on that. But couples, I'm telling you now, if you're going to act that way, I have a son that him and his quote unquote girlfriend, wife, whatever, because they've been together so long. But that's what they do, and they're constantly arguing. Well, okay, well, the TV bill this month went up $3, and I had to pay more money than you. Why?
Yeah.
That just starts an argument between you and your wife. If somebody can explain why we have to, you pay these bills and I pay these bills. The money's all one. That's when you got married, you took two people and created one.
Amen.
Or if you're both living together and you decide, unless you have your own credit card bill that's in your name, that I get. But if you're living in the same house, and I don't understand why, okay, well, you pay the electric bill and I'll pay the phone bill, and then we'll split the water bill or whatever. I just try to figure out what the concept is behind that, because
it's more stressful.
Yeah. Well, why don't, I mean, from the time that before you're married, when he moved in, we just put everything together.
Right.
And, you know, even when he had to pay his ex-wife, that wasn't my responsibility, honestly. It was his. But we were together. So I made it mine. And whether people agree or not, I don't know. But I just thought, well, we're together, so why wouldn't you just treat it as it's my bill too, honestly? Because we had to pay her. It was, you know what I mean? Not just his, but, you know.
It goes along with child support, but it's so irritating. And there's a lot of women out there that would, get angry about, believe it or not. I'm like, what if the shoe was on the other foot and I was having to pay you child support?
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, he took on the responsibility of these two girls, and it didn't matter what they needed or what they, he just did it. Bought her a bedroom suit. It wasn't his responsibility, but we weren't even married yet. She didn't have a bedroom suit, so he bought her a bedroom suit. I mean, he just took on that responsibility. Wasn't really his, but he chose to take it on.
Has there ever been a time that you were talking to Tom and you felt like he wasn't listening?
That's all the time.
Oh, absolutely. When he comes home and he hasn't looked at really social media all day, and he's not real big on the social media thing, but sometimes he'll just be looking at the marketplace. But I'll be standing there and I'll be with the dogs all day. So that's my communication is two dogs who don't really respond other than look at me and wag their tails. And okay.
Kind of how most men are.
Yeah.
You wonder why women call you dogs.
So I'm standing there like I'll be doing dishes or whatever, and he's on his phone. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, did you see this? Or he'll listen to this video, want something. And I just and then I'll say, well, did you ever hear what I just said? Yeah, I heard you. And he'll repeat it. But did he really hear listen to what I had to say? Mm-hmm. And I just get then I just don't talk, because it's like, okay, well, when I'm talking, I like someone to be looking at me, because then I know that I feel like that is really important, that eye contact. And we complain about our children, grandchildren, whoever, about not having that.
They were supposed to be watching
connection, because I've already talked to her on the phone. She'll call me and I go did you ever hear what I just said? I just read this funny thing.
I just totally ran over you. I know.
You do it too. Only because I'm just dead silence. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what am I even listening to? So then I start, But that's what I do to the grandkids. Like I'll say, could you put your phone down? Because I just think that is so important when you're listening to somebody instead of sitting there and looking at you. It just makes you feel unimportant. So when he does that, that's how it makes me feel. Like what I have to say is not important. So that is my biggest thing. And like I said, it's not like he's a big social media person because he isn't, because he's not on it most of the times all day. And then he'll come home and say, well, this is my time to be on it for a little bit. And I get it because he has been at work all day.
Well, now.
So it's a flip.
So now, Diane, though, that you've heard, you figured out this light bulb has come off.
Right.
He's in his nothing box.
Right.
Where he's
Correct.
just. Right.
Yes.
And we like our nothing box.
Right.
So we're really not really thinking
Correct.
about anything or
Correct.
have to listen to anything, especially after working all day.
And see, I try to be understanding to that, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be selfish. It's kind of like, when he, he's gone all week long because he's working these long hours, and he does. He works killer hours. I mean, 72 years old and is a.
You that old?
No,
You're 72?
no.
He is. He is.
He just
72.
made that.
Wow.
Yeah,
lie.
He is.
I'm 21 with
Yeah.
21 with 52 years of experience.
No, you're at that age. You're 27.
Yeah, you can start to reverse
You
it.
can start to
Correct.
reverse it.
I can do that too.
Yeah. you
But
reverse it.
my point was he works so hard so that when he does those things or wants to take a day and go fishing, as much as I want him here, because I don't see him. But
So do you
I have to take that out of the equation and think he works so damn hard, he deserves to have that day. I mean, honestly.
But do you hear what that just came out of her mouth? Most people I've noticed after they've been married for even like 3 or 4 years, they don't want to spend time with their spouse. Like it's been how many years? Oh God, do the math.
93, so it's
20.
26.
Oh, well, yeah, I was going to
26 years.
26 years married, and she still wants to spend time with her husband.
How many of you?
I
can
want to
say
spend
that?
time with my wife. It's the daughter I got to try to get rid of.
Listen, I always say if he stops picking on me, then I need to worry.
Yeah. Then you're in trouble, right? My grandfather used to do the same thing. Every time I would walk by him, he'd punch me in the leg. Or he would put me, and then he'd put me in the bow lock. What do you call it? You guys know what the bow lock is? You're locking the legs.
Oh, okay. He would.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're raised in different times. We were talking about this morning about how the things that we're taught. So you may not been taught. Your parents, you may be like me and not have both of your parents and really didn't know what a good example of a positive and healthy relationship looked like. But yet both of you guys were in toxic and unhealthy marriages before you guys met.
Right.
Yeah.
And you learned from those, right?
Correct. Yes.
As I did, I learned from both of mine as well.
Yes.
So,
Amen to that.
you twice. So all of us have been, we're going to
Both
be
of
in
us
that.
twice.
Yeah. So what this show and what our series has been about creating the toxic people in your life, we learn from those. So I'm not going to say, I don't want you to avoid those. I do want you to see and notice the red flags. But if you're at this point in your life and you're with somebody that you just like really don't care what she thinks or you really don't care what he thinks,
You're with the wrong person.
you are with the wrong person.
Yeah.
And be an adult and sit down and say, I realize that. And then just wait. You don't have to jump into a relationship right away. Because one of the things that causes that is that you don't know who you are. You haven't discovered who you are. And you are like, you're looking at other people and trying to figure out, oh, I like that person. And you become part of that person's personality. So everything is good at first. But you don't see the red flags. Because you don't know yourself, you're taking on their personality.
Right.
And that's only going to work for so long. And then you guys are going to really start butting heads, especially when you get older. Because you're going to change. Your mentality changes. There's things that I didn't like in my 20s, you know, that I like now. When I was in my 20s, I didn't like to work on cars. I didn't like to mow grass. I had no desire to go fishing. But the older that I get, these are the things that I like, that I'm attracted to, that I'm enjoying and I'm seeking more knowledge about.
I think you either grow together or you grow apart.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, my parents are married 67 years. And she knew she loved my dad in high school. And she always said, if I wouldn't have asked him out, he would have never asked me out. And then they had to get married, not because she was expecting, but he was going into the service and she thought, we better get married now or we're going to do something we don't want to do before we get married. That was the reason they got married. Honestly. Seriously. So, so they're married 67 years. That's huge.
Let's get married so we can have Nookie.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't think like that now. We do Nookie first, and then we're like, oh, that was great. Can we get married? I'm gonna do that all the time.
Yeah.
But that's men though. Like, it's just like, because they get told no all the time, and then they get somebody that says yes, and
They don't know how to act.
they don't know how to act. Oh my God, she kissed me.
Yeah.
You know, the first, it's like, I got a kiss, and it's, man, holy cow, do we lose our brains? We really don't think, and then we get it, we say yes, and then you start discovering, like, she gasps around you for the first time, you're like, and it's worse than what you let out.
True story.
True story.
True story.
You're like thinking,
What the hell crawled up her?
what died in you, and what is that all about? Like, and we start discovering all the things that we hid.
Oh wait,
At
we're
the very
human.
beginning. Yeah, but isn't it better just to, you know, have gas on the first date, get it out of the way? No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good idea.
Were you thinking in the
I
box
mean-
or out of the box?
I don't know. Does it make sense? I mean, like, literally, I've always said the first 3 months of a relationship is all a lie.
Yeah.
And it's not a lie that you're
Well, because
you're lying directly. It's you're lying by omission.
Right. And you're in that honeymoon stage.
Yes.
Everything's fresh and everything's new, and you have those. I mean, you know, like when you're on Facebook and you put all those hearts around, you get all those flowers. That's the stage that you're in the beginning,
Right.
because you're in all of this a relationship, and everybody's paying attention to each other, and and then life sets in.
So can I ask you? So it's always. So let me ask you this. So you and Tom were friends first, right?
Yes.
For 3 years. For 3 years.
You got married in 1993. You meet 1990?
I met your mother in 1990.
Okay.
Yeah, at the restaurant. Yeah.
Yep.
I can tell you when it was. It was.
But you moved. It was probably 2 years.
Yeah, it was 2 years because you moved.
Oh
in.
yeah, it was.
Yes.
What do you mean 2 years for what? 2 years.
Well, it's not like you were friends first and then all of a sudden got married in February of
Correct.
'93. You weren't like, okay, we're getting married now. We were friends.
No.
Like.
No, I think the story was they came in and he was like, you know what? I think I'm falling in love with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
so cute, you guys. It was really cute, you guys. Like, they have like this love story and this romantic story that just like warms my heart. And I
Yeah, she
like.
was a stripper.
Not that story.
No. What?
I said no, not that story.
But lady, so he has that story. We're not going to completely get into it, but the fact of the matter is, when he started off, he was tipping her. He just wasn't tipping her in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, but yeah, he was definitely tipping her. But that's I liked what she said. Well, I lost it. I had this thought, and then I started listening to you, and then I lost it.
I do that all the time.
I do.
So-
that, yeah.
So technically, I mean, you didn't have social media back then, right? Like, we didn't
Yeah.
have all this stuff. So your stalking was you the railroad. Like, you stayed at the hotel, you came into the restaurant. Like, I say stalking in a good way. Like,
I think their
like,
story was
because-
kind of like,
because see, like now we have social media and you have people like in awe of other people and they're watching you and right. So like you kind of did it in a different way where you got to communicate with her. which is
Right,
pretty
exactly. Yeah, he was a customer.
cool. Yeah.
And when you waitress, you talk to your customers. So, yes, they would come in and we'd sit and chat. I mean,
Mhm.
I did that too,
It's
And
so cute.
so, yeah.
And he would send her flowers.
Well, their story is kind of like what's that movie with Nicolas Cage where he gives the waitress as a tip the lottery ticket, and
Okay.
he shares
Okay.
the winnings of the lottery ticket, and I can't remember what it was, and that's kind of like what similar of your story reminds me of, but it also reminds me of a situation that I found myself in the last couple of weeks of, both of you guys were actually married and in a relationship, and you guys wasn't directly flirting with each other why that was happening. You were just doing the customer and all that.
Right.
But this situation I was in, that I've been in over the last couple of weeks is that you going into a restaurant and you're flirting with the person that serves you, right? And you're telling this person and how much I like you, and then you're in a relationship with someone, but you're in denial in a relationship with someone.
Yeah.
And I think you just is that a good thing to start off another relationship with?
No.
And so we were talking about that someone else had got into a relationship that they were having an affair. They were married. Both of the individuals were married, and then they were having an affair. And then both of those individuals got divorced. How do you think that's going to work out? That you started your relationship off and cheating on each other. You're never going to have that trust.
Most times not.
No.
Yeah.
Have I known people that have? Yes.
Mhm.
But most times not.
They survived?
They survived, yes, but luckily, but I don't think it's as I think most times it doesn't, because like you said, you would always have that mistrust that person's going to
You're
have.
not going to have that deep relationship. That it's always going to be in the back of your head that.
Well,
that
she cheated
other
on him or he
person is
cheated on
gonna
her.
cheat,
Right.
okay. And you're never gonna. The first time the flat tire comes up and that person doesn't show up when they're supposed to be there, it's going to be, oh wow, is he, whatever. Or there's times that I will tell her, I'm going to be home at this time, and something happens and I don't come home for another 2 hours. Well, there's the thought,
What's he doing?
what's he doing?
Yeah.
I know what he's
Yeah.
doing.
Oh yeah.
Or,
Oh,
or he gets talked fast because that's just,
Right.
it's just the way it is. I know long
My
enough to know.
my whole thing is you have to be honest with yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to find yourself. Once you have yourself found, then move on to the relationship. But make sure that it's the person that you really want to spend time with. And FC, said about, making sure and being when you're married, nobody's telling you if you're not getting along with your partner to go get divorced.
Right.
Right.
What would be great to do is sit down by yourself and think to yourself and say, is this who I am? And then move on, and is this who I want to be with? And if and here's a bunch of questions you can write down to answer yourself. Then move on and try to either put it back together again, talk with that person and try to put it back together again, being honest with each other, and moving on for that relationship. Just nobody's telling you to get divorced. Nobody's telling you to dump.
Right. Yeah, you got to work it out. You got to
At
work it
least
out.
try
At
to
least
work
try.
it out.
Yeah.
But
Thanks
if
for correcting me.
But if you're, so here's the thing. So if you're single, or you've gotten newly divorced, or you've been divorced, or you've been in a place where you've attracted these toxic relationships, like both of us have, like actually all four of us have, right? We've all been in and it doesn't mean that, please hear me on this. Sometimes it means that other person is toxic, but it also can mean that you're just toxic together too.
Yep.
Right? You might not be, that person might not be right for you. And so here's what my biggest advice to anyone is, that you find out who you are first. Find out who you are as a person, what motivates you, what drives you, what your purpose is.
What you want.
Understand like that you need to love yourself first.
Right.
And when you discover that, you start to discover what you want in your life. And will you make mistakes along the way? And you think that's what, okay, never mind, that's not going to work. But you really start to discover, and these, I don't know how to explain it. Like these light bulbs go off, and you understand what it is that you're looking for, which is a lot of times, the person that when you know, because you just click, you know, because
right.
You have all the same visions and dreams and likes, and maybe I don't want to say exactly the same, right? But they're similar. And then you grow together. Like I've seen my mom and Tom grow together. Like my mom's into Isagenix, which by the way, if you guys need to check out Isagenix, you need to contact my mom. She Isagenix all the way. Like she has been the healthiest she's been in her entire life. I'm not trying to sell you on her, I promise, but you do need to contact her.
We got to wrap up, Angela.
We
so
do. Let me finish.
Okay.
But Tom supports her in Isagenix, and they would go to events together, and she would support the things that he wanted to do, whether it's fishing and what he does for a living, like all of these things. They come together, they support one another, they grow together. And they talk about it. Do they have disagreements? Yes, because we all do, because we're human.
Yep.
But the key here is forgiveness. You absolutely 100% need to forgive quickly.
Yep. We talked about this earlier on video, but we are going to wrap up. I want to thank Tom and Diane for being a great host.
Thank you for having us.
Well, no,
This
thank
is
you
fun.
for inviting me out
Oh,
and
absolutely.
having me.
It was great.
Yeah, I got to eat some good food again, guys. I got to eat good food, especially when I first got here. It was really good. And then I got a great tour guide. He almost gave me a heart attack yesterday when we were out at lunch because
He needs to be a tour guide, by the way.
he does. He did it. He did
Yeah.
a great job. I'd never been to Delaware before, and he took me to see a lot of great things and beautiful architecture and the beach and the water, which was absolutely amazing, guys. So if you've never got a chance to come to Delaware, definitely come out. I think we also went to Ocean City, Maryland too.
Yes.
Yes.
To go to the beach. And that's just we went that
OC.
way because one of the other beaches requires you to wear a mask.
On the beach.
On the beach makes
What the-
absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
How are you going to get in the ocean with a mask? I mean, you're going to lose the mask, right?
Yeah.
You
All
know,
right.
pass out on the beach. But regardless, we had fun. It was in Ocean City, Maryland, and it was neat to have some sense of normalcy again, and to just be and have fun.
Yeah. So we want to thank everybody for joining. If you're joining us for the first time, Angela and I will be in two different screens back again. These are the last couple episodes have been us actually side by side, which has been great. I'm
gonna move this
I'm
up.
a little bit deaf in this ear now because
You're not deaf.
Yeah. Sometimes you think. But I wanted to thank everybody there. Stay tuned because at the end it tells us about our website that you can join that. Angela Marie, Find Your Purpose and Shine. I'm FC with New Life Inc. I work with the youth. So take the opportunity, check out my website, New Life Inc., which is INK, Influencing New Knowledge.com, newlifeinc.com. And you can also find us on our fan page on Facebook. And we need your help in getting our subscribers. We're going to be moving completely to a platform on YouTube So subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's real easy. She says it the best way. What is it?
Wake Up with Angela Marie and FC Morning Show.
Now, I will tell you, she always puts in the wake up. But if you type in Angela Marie and FC, it just pops up right on YouTube. It's amazing.
I like Wake Up.
I'm with you, and you're right. So stay tuned for the end to get our website, guys. Make sure you like us on Facebook. Make sure you like us and subscribe on YouTube. We appreciate you being here. We love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
See ya.